Hello and welcome back to my channel, Tracy's Got Powers. It is Thursday, February 17th, 2022. As always, remember to hit those favorite buttons of mine, subscribe, like, and share, and feel free to drop a comment or two. Good, bad, or indifferent, it's all good to me. It's around 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, however you want to say it. So, how has everyone been? I hope everyone's been having a happy, healthy, abundantly blessed week. So, let's see, where do we last leave off? It was Monday night. Tuesday was February 15th, and that was Lawrence's birthday. And it went better than I thought. It did. It really, really did. I wound up picking up some Fostos, and I did wind up watching our favorite TV show together, Impractical Jokers. And I watched some comics and some Marvel shows, and I watched some DC shows as well. So we love to geek out over those kind of things. And I went through some of our old photos together, and I spent some time in the Word and just praying, and that really helped. I had a sense of peace that I didn't think that I would have, and that really, really helped. So Tuesday went a lot better than I thought it would, and I have Christ first and foremost to thank for that, and I have my family and friends to thank for that, and I am truly, truly blessed. By no means, again, was it easy, but it was a lot better than I thought I would, and I am very grateful for that. Wednesday was a huge day for me. Well, not so much a huge day, but more like the evening. I was back at church except for Christmas service. I did go to church at Christmas time. Now, Christmas time was the first time I was back inside a church since before COVID. I had not been to church since COVID, which was before Lawrence passed away. So the last time I was inside church and not attending online, the first time I was inside of a church building physically since March or February. I can't remember when. So probably early March, late February of 2020 was Christmas time of December 21 with my sister Valerie and my mom. And that was for Christmas. And that was absolutely beautiful, and that was absolutely incredible. And then last night was the first time I attended service at a new church. A brand new church I'd never been to before. Which is not entirely true. I should take that back, actually. Because I went there a couple of times way back in 2011, 2012 maybe, with my ex Matt. He used to take me there, and to be honest, at the time I didn't care for it. I didn't hate it or anything. It was just kind of boring to me. But I was also fighting him because I was really happy at the church that I was at, but I was compromising, and we were going to my church on like Saturdays, and then we would go to his church on Sundays. So I was just like, my heart wasn't in it. I was just doing it to compromise and to make him happy. And I did. I thought his church was really boring at the time. And then I was at my church from April of 2007 until December of 2018. And then Lawrence and I had decided to make a change for reasons I'm not going to fully go into right now. Maybe I'll go into that in another video. And we left and started going to this other church. And we were there from January of, let's see, Kira passed away in December of 2018. November 1st of 2018. And then we transferred. So we were at this church from January of 2019 until COVID hit in March of 20. And then I just never went back. But I was watching that church online. So I was attending that church online. And but I hadn't gone physically back to it. And the church that I went to in December was my old church that I attended from April of 2007 to December of 18 with my family. So this church that I went to last night with my friend Chris is actually Calvary, and that was the church that I went to with my ex Matt. It's the same location that I went to with him, and I really liked the pastor. I liked the worship team. We went on a Wednesday night, and I think that made a difference as opposed to a weekend service. I really, really liked it, and I liked going on Wednesday nights as opposed to a weekend. It was a fantastic message, and it was just great to be in church again. I can't tell you how awesome for me it was to be inside of a church, to be with fellow worshipers, just to be worshiping our God, and just to be in the Word. As a Christian, I can't tell you, as a Christian and as an extrovert, I can't tell you what that means to me. Like, it just feeds my soul. It's who I am. It's how I'm built. It's how I'm wired. It's how I connect. Like, I am like the complete opposite of an introvert. Like I said in previous videos, I am not just an extrovert. I am an extra extrovert. You know, I thrive on other people. I am not shy. I am a very talkative person. I mean, look at my videos. They're very rarely short clips. I can talk. I am a talker by nature. I am friendly. I am outgoing. I'm a social butterfly. So for me, you know, connecting with others and pouring into others and loving with others and hearing other people's stories. And even though I'm a talker, I'm also a great listener, believe it or not. And I love hearing other people's stories. I love asking them questions and hearing their stories. And I love knowing their origin stories and how they came, where they came from and how they came to be, and, you know, and what pushes their buttons, and, you know, why they think the way they think, and why they do what they do. And so for me to be stuck in this room and in this prison that I've created for myself, for lack of a better word, it's just not healthy in any way, shape, or form. So it's like I came alive last night. And last night they talked about a brand new women's Bible study starting tomorrow morning, which is today. And guess who went? Yep, that's right. I went to my first women's Bible study, and I cannot remember the last time I went to a women's Bible study. Had to be 2019. Yeah, I haven't been to women's Bible study since 2019. It's 3 years of no women's Bible studies. I've done an online Bible study, but it is not the same thing as doing it. And when last time I was doing it, I was leading. I'm used to leading. So it was nice to kind of like not be in the leadership position for a change, and to just kind of sit back and like just soak up the word and not have all the responsibility of being a leader. And, you know, I got there a little bit early and checked in. And when I got there, one of my very first Bible leaders from my old church at Central, Glennis, was there. I was so happy to see a familiar face. Like, man, you know, God is always right on time. And when I got home from church last night, I went online and I registered right away. Because I knew if I don't take action right away, I'll make excuses. So I hurry up, got online, found out what it was about. And I'm like, boom, set my alarm. I'm like, I'm going tomorrow morning. Sure enough, set my alarm. I got there. And she was like, I thought I saw your name on the register. I thought that was you. And sure enough, voila, it was me. So I was excited. It was good to see her. We chatted for a little bit, and it was fantastic. So when you get there, there is, if I would have known, I would have gotten there like half hour earlier. They have coffee and water and snacks and some fellowship. And then you go in and there is worship music, which I love. Like, my favorite way to connect with God is through worship music. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the word, but the way that I feel closest to God is through worship music. That's where I connect. I mean, I can't sing to save my life. I mean, like my dad said, I could put a tune in a bucket and carry it across from mine. The reality is I cannot sing. Can't sing to save my life. Although I sang in the choir all the time growing up. Sang in the choir with my grandmother at church. Didn't stop me, apparently. Sang. But apparently I don't belong singing. But I still love doing it. It doesn't stop me. I just don't do it as a solo artist. So anyways, back to, but that's not the point. The point is I connect with worship music with God. That's where I feel closest to God. I love worship music. It gives me chills. It's just where I am in my zone. It's where I meditate. It's where it's just where I feel closest to God. And it's it for me. I mean, again, not that I don't feel close with God or I don't connect in the Word, but that's where I feel closest. So after the worship music, and we break down into our small groups, our Bible studies, and that's when we drove into. I had a huge small group. That is the biggest small group I have ever been in my life. And I went to like a mega church here in Vegas, and I thought we had some pretty big small groups over there. There must have been like maybe 20 women in that group. Yeah, it was a huge group. And that leader, our leader, man, she stepped up and she handled it well. She was a fantastic leader. Her co-leader was on it. It was run really, really well. Just beautiful, beautiful women. They all, like, after the worship, they kind of like, they asked some questions before they dispersed us into our groups and stuff. And I raised my hand and I answered one of the questions because, you know, I have a big mouth and I'm always raising my hand to speak. And I shared a little bit about myself, about having the 15 deaths. And that leader stopped and asked everybody to pray for me. Like, it was, like, they just stopped. They stopped and they had everyone pray for me. Like, how amazing is that? And like afterwards, she came over and she's like, I saw you at church last night. She's like, I'm really glad that you're here today. Like that's a church that I want to be part of. That's a church that goes the extra mile. That's a church that cares. That's a church that's just not like all about the numbers. And like, I felt wanted there, and it was really, really beautiful, and I'm really excited to be a part of it, and I really liked it there, and I am so glad that Chris brought me there, and I am so glad that I was obedient when God said go. When God said, tapped me on that shoulder last night, and he said, you go tomorrow morning. You go, Tracy. And I said, yes, Father. I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I showed up. And the women were just so beautiful. They just poured into me. And they just loved on me. I have never felt so welcomed anywhere. I mean, they just poured on me. I haven't felt that loved on and poured on since Pastor Rhonda ran the women's ministry at my old church. Because Pastor Rhonda knows how to disciple women. Pastor Rhonda Baker, man, she is the queen of discipleship. She knows how to disciple her women. She has a gift. God has given that woman a gift. And she has her own church now with Jane Post, and they're beautiful women, and they have a beautiful church called Sin City Church here in Vegas. And I am telling you, that woman, she knows how to disciple. If you are a woman that wants to be discipled, you go to her. She knows how to disciple women. I am telling you. But this is where God has me right now. He has me at Calvary Chapel in Henderson, Nevada, and I am being obedient to that. And I am like, yes, God, you tell me where to show up. You tell me when to show up, and I will do it. I am following your steps, and you say go here, you say do this, you say jump, you say turn around and do a circle, and I will say, yes, God, I am yours. You just tell me what to do, and I will do it. I am on fire, and I am here to serve. So I'm excited. So Thursday mornings, we are doing a 6-week study on, let me go grab my book real quick. I know, totally unprofessional. I should have had it sitting right here. I apologize in advance. Oh. Okay, I'm back. Did you miss me? Okay. It's called How Do You Walk the Walk You Talk? How do you walk the walk you talk? And it's by Kay Arthur. It's a 6-week, no homework Bible study. More than 1 million sold in the series. But it's really, really good. And today was the first day. That's how I know, man. God's timing is perfect. I was supposed to be at church last night because the study started this morning. I'm telling you, man, his timing is always perfect. I was supposed to be at church next. And I'm going to go to church again next week with Chris. I'm going to start going every Wednesday. It's a 6-week plan. And I am telling you, I am not missing. I'm not going to miss any week. You know, I mean, unless I'm shot or an act of God that tells me no, I can't be there. I'm going to be there. So we got to the beginning of it, and I'm like, there's some great stuff in here. What did I want to share with you? Like, some of it was like just real basic stuff. Like, how do you walk the talk? You've probably heard the expression, words are cheap. Maybe someone said that to you when you made a promise and they added, yeah, sure, we'll see. And that is it. They will wait and see if your promise is really true, if it will really come to pass, if you're going to walk the talk. That is what you're going to see for yourself while you're taking an inductive look at a few passages from the book of Ephesians. By inductive, we mean that rather than simply listening to what others say about the subject, you're going to see for yourself what God says about the walk of a true believer in Jesus Christ. So that's what this is all about. It's about, does your walk match your talk of a true believer in Christ? And does yours? Does mine? I mean, I'm not perfect. I know it doesn't always. I'd like to say that it does. I'd like to say that my walk always matches my talk and I am a perfect Christian. But I would be a liar, 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 pants on fire. Do I do my best? Absolutely. Are some days better than others? Absolutely they are. And then they had some great discussions in here too. Like, how do you think Christians ought to walk in respect to their relationship to God? So how should we be as Christians walking in our respect to God? How should our behavior be in our relationship to God? So these are some great questions. So my question for you now is, my question for you guys is, do you guys want me to come home and do videos on what I'm learning in my Bible study each week? I could even go live on Facebook because I don't have enough viewers on TikTok. I have to have it's 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and 1,000 subscribers on TikTok. And I don't know whenever or if ever that's ever going to happen on YouTube or TikTok. That's in God's hands in order to go live. But on Facebook, I don't have to have any number of viewers. I can go live whenever. And we could do a Zoom or a Google Hangout, and we could do like an online Bible study, and we could do this together if you want to. And we could discuss it, or I could just do YouTube videos discussing what I learned if you want, or I could not talk about it at all. It's up to you. So I want you to leave that in the comments below. Do you want me to discuss maybe every Thursday when I get home what I'm learning in this along my journey? Maybe I could discuss, Wednesday night's sermon. I could discuss, and then I could also discuss what I'm learning here. And I could also, continue to also discuss my journey of what I'm learning, what I'm continuing to do as well. Or not. Tell me what you guys want. Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. But either way, I love pouring into you guys. I love being poured into. I want to help. I love you guys. You know that. We need help. We need God. We do need Jesus. We need Jesus. We need Jesus. I can't stress that enough. We cannot do this alone. This is why I'm reaching out. This is why I'm going back to church. This is why I'm diving into a women's study. Because we need community. We need accountability. We can't do this journey alone. We can't get healthier. We can't grow without each other, without Him. We gotta stay in the Word. And we got to be accountable. And it's just one step at a time, one day at a time. It doesn't have to be huge. It can just be little baby steps. Honest. You don't have to go all in like I'm starting to do right now. Just little things. Little things. You can bend my ear, ask me questions. No pressure, I promise. I'm not going to start preaching at you. Just whatever you want. Quick question here, quick question there. Honest, it's real simple. Just shoot me a message. We got this. And He's got us. Relax. Take a deep breath. He loves us. And we got this. Well, my friends, I hope you are all having a blessed and wonderful week. As always, your story matters just as much as mine, and that includes you, my friend. And remember, you were fearfully and wonderfully made for such a time as this. Until next time, I love you all. God bless.